Do you really need a team to build an online business? Hey guys, this is Janis from Driven by Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. In today's episode, I want to share some awesome ideas on how to build a strong team that can help you to achieve your business goals. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have a team behind your business, because the team is what is going to be executing on your ideas and making the things happen. And not only that, it's even better when your team is contributing and developing the product further. That's why it's extremely important that you take the right actions that you put into place to make sure that your team is performing at their best. So I want to share top 4 things that I believe are absolutely must when you're building your online team. And thing number 1 is you get what you tolerate. Now, I'm gonna tell you the story from my own experience. And some time ago, I was really getting frustrated with how the things were going. And this was due to the fact that I was working with the people and I had chosen my team and things weren't going according to plan all the time. You know, there were delays, there were different excuses why things weren't happening and things weren't going anywhere forward. And all the time I was thinking, I was kind of stuck in that thought that, oh, that person is not doing a good job, that person is this and that. And it took me a really, really long time to kind of end this relationship. And this is due to the fact that I was tolerating that kind of performance. You know, I realized that it's me who is in the charge of the project development process. And if I wanted to change something, then I had to do it. But for a long time, it felt really uncomfortable because I had chosen the person in the first place. And I kept thinking, oh, this is this person's fault and so forth. But in fact, it was my own fault because I chose the person and I got what I tolerated. So if you're gonna tolerate a lot of excuses, then you're gonna get a lot of excuses. If you tolerate the missed deadlines, you're gonna have a lot of missed deadlines. If you tolerate a low quality of work, you're gonna get a lot of low quality of work. So it's all around the things that you tolerate, and that's how you shape obviously your environment and obviously your team as well. I'm not suggesting and I'm not saying that every time there is a missed deadline, then you have to rethink whether you want to work with a person going forward. I'm definitely not saying that because every situation is different and it varies from one to another situation. And I know as I'm working a lot with software development and with app development, then things change very, very rapidly. And you cannot predict everything that needs to be done. For example, if you say, okay, there is work to be done and it should take 1 week, and obviously the end of the week comes and things are not done, you have to realize that there might be some other things that influence that, and obviously the job just possibly couldn't be done because there's supposed to be other systems to be created in order to support that work. But of course, you would want to know that in advance. You would want your developers to contact you midweek and say, hey, we just realized that in order to build this thing, we need system ABC to support it. And it would be reasonable to kind of have that conversation and then not to expect things to be finished on time. Or if you have time to get involved, then prioritize what is more important and what needs to get done. But this is extremely important, and this has just been while I've been working on a different projects. And obviously as I learn that, the things become much more easier for me, and it's easier to build my team because I know that I'm in charge of the things, and if I want something to change, then I have to change my standards. Number 2, you have to make sure that the team has got clear goals and vision. Now, this comes really handy when you put your team to work, and obviously when people are programming in new things, doing researches and all different kinds, because this will help them to come back to you and give you more kind of an ideas or something that in the ways can improve your service and your business. So for example, if you are asking a person to do the research and you have explained clearly what your product and service is going to be, then while the person is doing research on competitors or within the market, they can actually see what people demand or what other competitors do, and therefore come back and say, hey, we've got a great idea how we could improve our services. And the same with the programming, knowing that how the end product is going to function can really help to make necessary adjustments during the development process. Let's say the programmer can spend maybe 1 or 2 days extra, and instead of making a linear process, obviously we just does one particular thing, he can invest a couple of extra days and make system adjustable so that you can save it more time in the long run. So it's extremely important to make sure that your team has got a clear goals and a clear vision. Number 3 is team management. Now, when you have a team, the things that used to take you 3 days might be taking only 1 day now. But this is only if you manage your team properly. Same like you might have sometimes when you have a bad day and you don't get things done. When you don't manage your team and you don't make sure everybody have got their responsibilities and deadlines, things are not gonna be moving as fast as you expect. So you have to make sure that you manage your team. I like to use softwares to do that. I find it very useful. At the moment, I'm using Team Gantt as my project management software. It helps me visually to track all the tasks, all the projects, and I can visually see where each task is, who is responsible about it, and so forth. And it's not only easier for me, it's also easier for my team because instead of them having to run around with a list of things to do or pieces of paper and a little sticky notes, they can just log into the system, obviously select their name, and they will see all the tasks that they're responsible for, and they will also see how the project is kind of developing in general. So they don't only see their part, what they're involved with, but they also see how other parts of the project are moving forward, like design and programming and research and everything. So how we are moving forward as a team. Now, I have been using different tools before. I have been using Basecamp for about 8 years. I was using it for a really long time. But the problem that I find with the Basecamp was that it wasn't really, once I started to have like multiple things that I was working on at the same time, it became very confusing and it didn't offer a Gantt chart. So obviously on the Team Gantt, I can actually see like a big calendar where I would have all the tasks in it with obviously how long time they're gonna be worked on, who is responsible and everything. Whereas Basecamp was more based on like a list. Obviously, you would create a list of the task, and then there would be subtasks underneath it. And once you have a lot of them, you cannot touch the date and a responsible person. But it would be very hard to overview, like who is doing what and when it's going to be finished. So you would have to literally scroll down everything and kind of check every single date. Whereas on Gantt charts, I can actually log in and it's like a big calendar, and I just visually see the date and which task is supposed to be finished by that date. Unfortunately, they're not free tools. Obviously, I paid for Basecamp about $29 a month. For the Team Gantt, at the moment, I think I'm paying $45. Obviously, you can have minimum of 5 members, and I think it's $9 per member. So yeah, that's the only downside, that they're paid tools. But I think it's a great investment if you have your projects, if you take them seriously, and if you actually build a business on these projects. Then it's rather than an expense, but it's an investment. So just make sure that you manage your team, and that's the easiest way how to make sure that things are going to be moving forward in the quickest possible pace. And number 4 is creating an environment that you would want to work in. Now, things has changed over the time, and I think if some 20-30 years ago, people would lean towards the place where they could make more money because of the general situation. I think nowadays people value freedom over the money. So if I was now offered this job in a big corporation to be this kind of marketing guy or something, and I would be getting paid like 100,000 a year. And I also would have an option. The second option would be for me to be this consultant and have a much more kind of relaxed lifestyle but I would be making half of the money. Let's say I would be making 50,000 a year. I think I would choose the second option because I personally value my time, my freedom, my lifestyle more than just making extra money. And I think it's more and more for a lot of people. That's why there is this movement of freelancing, when people, work from a distance and they don't have to go to the work, and they can be flexible. They can work from home. I mean, they still have to get work done, but they can plan these things around. And I think that's what people value a lot. So what I try to do within my team, I also try to give this freedom of getting things done within their own time frames. Still giving them deadlines to say, look, this job needs to be completed by end of the week, but not saying that, oh, you have to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from a certain point of the time to a certain point of the time. So I think giving that to your team is a big bonus, and you're definitely going to stay ahead of your competitors if you're going to do that, and really creating an environment where you like to hang about and be within. So I think that's what people really value, and it will become with the time, with the years, I think it will become even more and more important. So these were my top 4 things that I believe are great value when you're building your team around your business. This is something that I kind of did research for and came up with. It's just really comes from my experience over working with my team and building my team over the past 10 years, and it felt really great sharing it. It's not something like you're gonna go and find 4 tips to build your online team or something like that. It felt really great to share these tips with you guys. And I know about a month ago I had a video when I said, well, look guys, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my content. I don't really feel inspired to carry on like that, and I really feel that I have found what I'm gonna be doing going forward, because over the last 4 weeks I've been producing the content that I kind of felt was in line with what I want to do, and which basically is creating the online business and working on creating digital assets, things that you develop and that are going to be bringing in a passive income in the long term. Of course, supporting these products and these services, as well as improving and developing them further. So I just wanted to say thank you for those who kind of share their opinions when I posted that video, and on other channels like Instagram and Twitter when I posted this content. A lot of people reached out and say, yeah, feel free to kind of change your content. I know it's not great to change content ongoing basis, but I really feel that what I'm doing now is sharing kind of my journey on building my online business is really where this channel is going to stay. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it, and if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Also, make sure you subscribe for the channel if you're building an online business, or if you want to have your own online business. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. This was me, Janis from Driven by Goal, helping you to achieve your goals, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye. Hey guys, this is Janis from Driven by Goal, helping you to achieve your goals. Have a great team behind your business, because it is and thing number 1 is you got what you tolerate.